Hello everyone, hope you're doing good. At DC TechNet, we believe in knowledge will only grow if you share it. And on this note, let's see what we have today. Today again we will continue our Active Directory interview questions session, and today will be part 4 of 5, and we'll take up 5 scenario based questions today. And these questions will be absolutely generic questions, and there might be multiple answers for these questions. So let's see what we have today. And we have a complete playlist of 15 videos on Active Directory with a deep dive on each and every concept. So in these 15 videos, we are focused on the concepts and the fundamentals. So question number 16. A user is unable to log into the domain. Their password is correct, but they receive a message which says the security database on the server does not have a computer account for this workstation trust relationship. So in this scenario, what would be the issue, and how will you resolve it? So the answer is, so this issue usually occurs when the trust relationship between the workstation and Active Directory is broken. And to resolve this issue, there's only one option. We need to disjoin the workstation or the server from the domain and rejoin it back. So I have tried many options, but at the end of the day, I have to disjoin the machine from the domain and rejoin it back. So question number 17. The Active Directory database on one of your domain controllers is suspected to be corrupted. What would you do? So the answer is, first and foremost, we have to take that domain controller offline to prevent replication. And then we will use NTDS tool to attempt the repair on the database. And if the repair fails, then we have to perform a non-authoritative restore from the recent backups. And after that, we need to verify the integrity of the database, again using the NTDS utility, and then we can bring the domain controller back online in the domain. Question number 18. A domain controller has been offline for several months and now is being brought online. So what are the potential issues and how would you address them? So domain controller is down for several months. We are planning to bring it online again. So what are the potential issues and how would you address them? So answer. So the domain controller might have outdated data. So ensure that the domain controller is properly updated by forcing replication using repadmins /sync all. And if it's severely outdated, don't bring it online. Instead, perform Active Directory metadata cleanup. Remove that domain controller logically from the Active Directory and then absolutely promote a new domain controller. So we have an exclusive video on Active Directory, say domain FSMO seizing and performing metadata cleanup. Question number 19. Say your organization's Active Directory deployment has grown significantly and you're facing a lot of performance issues on the Active Directory. So what steps would you take to optimize Active Directory now? So your Active Directory has grown exponentially and we are facing some performance challenges. So what step will you take to optimize the Active Directory? The answer: so we have to review the domain and site topology to ensure it is optimized for replication. So consider adding additional domain controllers, or even we can reorganize or say restructure our say OUs and sites. We can also use performance monitoring tools to identify bottlenecks such as high CPU usage or disk IOs, and we also need to archive old or inactive objects to reduce the size of Active Directory database. So these are say some of the considerations we can take. There can be a lot of other considerations as well. Question number 20. So your organization needs to extend the Active Directory schema to support a new application. What considerations should you take into account and how would you proceed? So an application wants the Active Directory schema to be extended. So as an administrator, what considerations will you take? And how will you proceed this schema change? As if you make any changes to the schema, it will be replicated to the entire forest. So the answer: first and foremost, we have to back up the Active Directory schema, say before making any changes, and then carefully review the schema extensions documentation by the application vendor. You can use say LDIFDE tool to import the schema changes. Test the extension in a non-production environment first to ensure it doesn't cause any issues. So such changes we have to go ahead and test such changes in a test environment. And then monitor Active Directory environment after the extensions for any unexpected behavior. So again, for example, if you are bringing System Center Configuration Manager SCCM in your environment, so SCCM requires Active Directory schema extension. So it will extend the schema. We need to extend the schema. So before performing an extension, we have to perform that particular schema extension in the test environment, and then we need to come back to the production environment. So this was end of part 4. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for joining today's session. And if you feel this channel is helping you to learn anything new, do like, share and subscribe the channel, and have a wonderful day.